Today we're on a field trip. We are at Mast Young Plants, and it kind of feels like Disney World with so many annual varieties all around us. So what we're going to do is they have their beds laid out really nicely. As you can see here, they've got these linear beds. What they do is they plant 6 of each annual, and it lets you kind of get a fair representation of that plant. You know, if you just plant one, did it have a good day? Did it have a bad day? Who knows? But when you have 6 of something planted together, you can really get a good feel for the habit of the plant, how it grows in the landscape. And also they have some beautiful hanging baskets around too. So we'll be looking at container combinations. And again, we're just out today looking for new annual varieties that are on the market. Some of these are new, and others of these may just be new to Garden Crossings. So we're trying to look and see if there's anything that we feel we need to add to our annual program. So we're going to be taking you along through these beautiful gardens today and checking out some of the fun varieties. There's a whole nother field down yonder where we'll be able to see how these plants are doing in containers, and it's where they're comparing different plants from different breeders all together in one area, so you can have a very close comparison of what the various plants look like that are similar yet different. So stick with us today as we walk through these gardens, check out the new plants, and we'll be looking for feedback as well. We'll be featuring some of the plants that look cool to us, but we want to know, do they look cool to you as well? So let's go ahead and take a walk through these gardens. Sometimes when I see plants, I look at them and I'm like, okay, is it cool because it's cool, or is it cool because it's weird? And here is the first one we come across that I'm not sure if it's cool because it's really cool or if it's cool because it's just something different. So check out this petunia. This petunia is heavily ruffled. It has, I would say the base of it's actually white, and it's got purple veining and then green on it as well. It's a nice size flower. It's funky and it's fun. Could you see yourself using that in a container combination? Here they did a good job pairing it with purples, which we were just talking and thought, you know, if you're using this, you want it to pop in a container. And how do you make something that's got green in it pop? And here they put it with some verbena that's purple, and it's really kind of drawing that purple out of that petunia. Something different, something unique. Yay or nay? So here's some interesting looking petunias. It is the Petcoa Super Kale. And one thing we're noticing with this brand of petunias is the coloration is a lot different than colors that we're typically used to. So this one here is called Super Kale Bordeaux. It's kind of a plummy pink kind of color, very vibrant, I think. But they're very kind of more warm instead of cool colorations. Here we've got caramel yellow. I could totally see that one like for fall planting if you're looking to create fall combinations, along with cinnamon. Just a unique different coloration, kind of the oranges, the pinks, the magenta all kind of put into one. Purple Dawn, this one I think is very vibrant. I love the color of Purple Dawn. There's just kind of a shimmer, an underlying shimmer to these plants that creates, I don't know, it kind of draws you in. But then when I'm looking at the colors, I think, okay, are they too fall or too warm color for petunias? I don't know. Red maple, it's got red with a little bit of orange undertone. And then this one's really pretty, Sunny Pink, which has got like the purpley pink with a little bit of orange in it. They're doing pretty good here in the ground. These plants, we're going to find out when these are planted, because we can definitely tell these have not been planted since May, because they're too small. So we're guessing they've been in the ground maybe 3-4 weeks. But beautiful colorations. What do you think if we were to extend the color line of the petunias? So here's a pretty cool collection of geraniums, the Solera series. We had seen these at Ball when we were there last week or a couple weeks ago. And the thing that impressed us with these is they've got nice tight foliage, deep dark green foliage, and the flowers are just sitting nicely above the greens. So the plants are tidy, they have a nice tidy habit, and they're a great size for not only hanging basket, for containers as well. This is just a small sampling of some of the colors that the Solera series come in. So we're excited to check out all of the various colors and kind of dial it down to maybe 6 or 8 that we think would be the top sellers. But yeah, the habit of these are quite impressive. A lot of flowers, big flowers, so something we'll look for. Another plant that I keep seeing and I'm loving, I mean, Gomphrena, we know that's a great plant. We love how it's kind of whimsy and fun in the garden. But what do you think about this Gomphrena? Deep, dark purple flowers. And just, I mean, look at this. This could be planted as it is as a mono. You wouldn't even need to put anything with it and just have a very fun, whimsy patio planter. This is Gomphrena. It's called Ping Pong Purple. And it also comes in red, but I'm not as impressed with the red. This purple just really is outstanding and stands out in this garden. It's always fun to add a little whimsy. So we plant a ton of sun patiens at Garden Crossings, and those are the impatiens, or the New Guinea looking impatiens that can handle full sun area. This year we didn't actually carry any of just the New Guinea, the part shade to shade impatiens, and I'm wondering, is that something that you would be looking to maybe have us bring back again? I mean, we do the massive plantings of all the sun patiens in our gardens because our gardens are primarily full sun. But for those of you that have more of that part sun or shade situation, would you be interested in us adding New Guineas back to the lineup? So let me show you some interesting ones that we saw here. So you've got, you know, just your basic New Guineas, big flowers, beautiful colors. But what do you think about this? Here is a beautiful ruffled flower form, big flowers, lots of beautiful ruffles on the edge, nice double petals going around. So that's one of the colors we were looking at. Here's another one, kind of more of a salmon or coral color. And again, beautiful big blooms, ruffled. Here, it's kind of deadhead. Let's clean it up for them a little bit. Nice ruffled flowers. Red is an option. So I mean, they don't have a lot of colors. There's only 4, but I think we're kind of hitting all of the color categories that potentially I think would be important. And then of course, you know, you have to have a bright pink too, and I'm loving the bright pink with it. It's kind of a bicolor with that white halo in the center. So New Guinea impatiens, is that something that you would be interested in? I want to end today's video with just showing the importance of fertilizing your annuals. This is a great trial that they've done here of fertilizing and different ways of fertilizing or lack thereof. So the first row here are plants that have not been fertilized at all. You can see they're sparse, spindly, not a lot of flowers. Some of them are not even flowering at all. The next level they did is doing a continuous release fertilizer. So a granular fertilizer that you would add when you are planting up your annuals. And again, you can see a lot of these varieties are still just looking not happy. They're looking tired. The coleus, to be honest, the coleus have looked okay in the no fertilizer to the continuous release fertilizer trial. But looking at the petunias, the verbena, the calibrachoa, all of those plants, they look tired, even with that just initial continuous release application. But then when we get to the third trial, which is where they use the water soluble or the liquid fertilizer, feeding these things once a week, you can just see the difference in the results. The coleus are much larger, much bigger mound. The petunias are absolutely happy. No yellowing foliage, lots of flowers, big mounding habit. And even as we make our way down, we're looking here at some of these verbena that in the no feed and the continuous release feed, they were not even showing a single flower. But with fertilizing these plants once a week, look at the fullness of them. Look at the flower coverage. It's super important to make sure that you are getting out there and taking the time, making the investment. I mean, you buy the plants, you're spending all the money on the plants. Fertilizer is a cheap investment, and I highly recommend getting out and feeding these plants once a week. Feed them, and they're going to be fabulous. If you have any questions on any of the plants that we saw in today's tour, feel free to leave your questions below. If you are looking to get that fertilizer, it's not too late. I'll put a link below of where you can order fertilizer, and we'll ship it to you. Hopefully it'll help your plants rebound a little bit and take you through to the end of the summer. Thanks for watching. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.